and welcome back to This Month in Realty. Today, I am super happy to have back Kimberly Barton. Kimberly, as you know, is the owner and founder and broker of Kinetic Realty in Annapolis, Maryland. And I love having her on the show. Kimberly, tell us more about the market in Annapolis and how we're doing.
Well, overall, Maryland is doing very well. We actually are ahead 8.8% in the sales price this year over last year. And the market has actually seen more homes sold, 7.5% more homes sold this year than last year. So we know the market is moving well. In Annapolis, we are actually seeing a little bit of a price decline of 3.4%, but overall, we still have a limited amount of inventory and buyers are still out. We have a lot of cash buyers, and overall, we're looking at people who want to buy. It's just a matter of finding a property for sale in their time frame. So,
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, and it's interesting to me because I work across the US, all parts, and different markets are doing different things.
yes,
So good to know because you can't just have a US prospectus for real estate. Everything's specific. Now,
right,
you're talking about the Annapolis area, right?
right.
So if you went out a little more rural, does anything change? If I wanted to live outside of Annapolis, like down the Chesapeake area, would the market be the same or would it be different?
It's a little different depending on which county and which actually the town you pick. But we're seeing that homes are selling close to list price, average of about 16 days on the market before contract. And some of the more rural areas, obviously there are fewer properties to choose from, but your price point is also a lot lower. So it's really weighing what you're looking to do and what that market is doing. The good thing about buying rural is a lot of times you can use the USDA loan product, which allows you to get into a property with no money down at a very attractive interest rate. And that really helps people become homeowners. Whereas if you move more into the suburban and rural, suburban and city areas, you can't use that type of a loan product and you'll have to bring a little bit more money to the table as opposed to using a USDA product.
Interesting. Okay, great. Yeah, I had a situation once where USDA it was a brand new development and it was really part of a suburban area of Dallas Fort Worth, but because it had previously been farmland, it qualified as USDA, and this was several years ago. But it was a great program, so thank you for mentioning that. If I have a low interest rate currently, let's say I'm in a home and I bought it in 3 or 4 years ago, and I have a 2 or 3% interest rate, but I need to or I want to move, should I?
Uh, yes, you could. Obviously, there are things you can do, and know that we are not going to go back to a 2 or 3% interest rate ever. Um, the lowest we've ever seen it historically has been 4%. And even at 4%, I don't think that's a realistic expectation. We keep hearing about the interest rates going to go down, down, down. But waiting for that to time it, if you have a life decision, then you may as well make the decision to move. And if you're buying in another market, you'll be buying at a higher interest rate. But there are things that you can do when you purchase. Obviously, talk to a very qualified mortgage lender who can give you some scenarios and what to expect, and making sure that you work with an agent who is going to be able to negotiate for you on your behalf for the best outcome that you're going to have. But yes, you can move. It's hard to leave a very secure low interest rate, but if you have a life change, it's something that you're just going to have to do. And we are seeing a lot of people making that decision now with lower interest rates, having to move, and they're doing it. Life goes on, and you can't stay stuck to something that's not going to come around again.
Okay, absolutely perfect. Okay, crystal ball time. Pull out baby new year is coming. What should we expect as buyers in 2025?
Um, I can't speak to nationwide, but I do see, based on the data that I'm seeing here in the Maryland area and our general area, Anne Arundel County and outwards, We are going to still see buyers and sellers in the market. In fact, we still don't have enough inventory. However, we are seeing households forming at rapid rates, and we are seeing a lot of job formations in our area, which means the demand for housing will continue. Um, as sellers, it would be a good time to sell because resale homes are in demand and we're not seeing a lot of new construction. So what we see now is you have the option to rent. Units for rent are available, and developers have been uh, building a lot of for rent properties. However, looking for a home will be a little challenging still for buyers, but it still will give sellers an opportunity to have more buyers in the market looking at the home, especially in the very front part of the new year. I think we're going to see a lot of pent up activity start to release after the holidays and post-election. People are more likely to get back to a normal mindset and routine buying and selling homes. So I think we should see a fairly steady market in the new year.
Okay, wonderful. How would somebody reach you?
I can be reached at Kimberly at kbartonrealtor.com or at 443-222-0857.
Okay, and we'll see you again next month.
Sounds good. Would love to.
Okay, tune in next month to This Month in Realty to find out more from Kimberly and other real estate experts around the United States and Canada. Take care.